Hey guys, James here, back with another video. So we're pumping these videos out. We're doing an unboxing and setup of this dual monitor arm. This particular one is the #1 selling in terms of dual monitor arms on Amazon. So I figured that, you know, might as well try. It is a lot cheaper than the previous one I recommended. But yeah, we'll see just how good it is. So I've got two Dell P2419H monitors which are going to put on this. But yeah, let's get into the video and start setting this up. So straight off the bat, we've got this warning sign. Pretty much just says don't release the Velcro too quickly without properly holding it because it will spring forward. We've got instruction manuals in 2 different languages. So of course we're going to use the English one. We can bin the other one. Let's take it out. I'm surprised it pretty much comes pre-assembled. All right, so this is it. We'll just take the plastic off. So this is the actual thing itself. It comes pre-assembled essentially. So this is really easy if you're worried about installation. You don't really have to worry about too much. So we'll see. Now this is the Velcro straps. The base itself is all metal, which is really, really nice. This is metal. The bottom is plastic, top is plastic. And I think the center shaft here is metal as well. So it's a combination of metal and plastic. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold this and let it go. See, it springs back up. So you wanna make sure that you are holding it carefully, holding it down, because it is a gas spring. All right, so we're just gonna follow these instructions. So the first step A, it talks about USB lines. If you can get this with the USB option where you can have USB ports at the front. I didn't get that, I just wanted a monitor arm. So we can skip the entire step. So now we're going to table installation. First things first, we got to install these 2 into this. Now what they're telling you to do is to remove these 2 bolts. So we'll do that. So this is a little bag of all the goodies. Now I'm gonna make things easier for myself. I got this little tool. You can use the Allen key wrench, but I just find this is so much easier. Now you can see there are 3 holes here. We're going to match these 3 holes just like that. And to screw that, we're going to be using this Type C nut, which this is the flat one, the flat stubby one. Now you don't want to tighten it too hard, just because you want to get all 3 in. All right, so that's put in. Now, next thing, we're going to reattach these C clamps on. Now, the good thing is that you can adjust it according to how thick your table is. So let's just say for some reason you have a really, really thick table. Maybe it's a dining table, whatever it is. You can move it to the lower part, just like here. And that essentially allows you to add the thickness. But I think for my case, what we might do is we'll probably stick to the middle. I reckon that's probably right. Now I just want to emphasize that this clamp is rubber, so that's really, really nice. So it's not going to scratch. And there are 4 rubberized feet. They're not that thick, as you can see here, but there are these 4 rubberized feet that help it grip the table and prevent it from, you know, scratching the surface, which is really, really nice. So good touch. Now, just before I put this on again, I want to just quickly highlight these. You have these little cable trunks. So essentially what you do is you just attach it to here like so, right? Same one here. And this allows you to feed the cables through these 2 side routes, which is really, really nice. I love that. It's good touch. All right, so I'm going to put this on now. So that is pretty much on there now. Now, I just want to quickly give you a tour of what this looks like. So these can pivot up to here. So obviously they can't go beyond that. And of course they can clash into each other and they can pivot like that as well. But this is the maximum they can go backwards. These ones can do full 360, no inhibition on movement. They do go up and down. There is a tension rod screw here. So I'll give you a shot. There are 2 tension rod adjustments here. So you adjust this to, depending on how heavy or how light your monitor is, so that once you move it, it stays in place. So we'll get into that a bit later. You've got your brackets here. So these are your, I think the outer ones are your 100s, and then your inner ones are your 75s. Now, in terms of the design of this actual bracket, you can see that there are the normal screw holes here, but at the top, it's different. So you can kind of half screw it there, and so it can hang on the actual bracket. So that helps as well. This little bit is plastic. This is plastic as well. Plastic bottom, plastic top. This is metal, but I think the inside, and we can take these off. This inside bit is metal. Just before we do move on, there is another alternative solution. So instead of using the C-clamps, you can mount it directly if you have a hole in your desk. So that prevents you from, having to use the back. So this is just the grommet installation. It does come with the specific parts and brackets that you need for that. Now quickly, this just gives you a rundown of all the different adjustable parameters, so you can pause that. Maximum load per single monitor is 2 to 6.5 kilograms. So any monitor lighter than 2 kilograms won't work. What will happen is that it will just keep coming up, and you want to make sure that it's not heavier than 6.5 kilograms, or it will just keep sagging down. What this diagram is saying, just make sure that you're extending the monitors over the desk, not behind it, because that's just not safe. So at the bottom, there is some screws. So you take that out, and this is just what you get. So you can see that's the screw hole here, and then you route your cables like that. So we'll just take these out. Now, of course, you don't have to do this, but if you want to make your cables and stuff look nice, then obviously it's a good thing to do. So now we're going to bring in our monitors that we're going to mount. So this will be the first one. Now I'm just going to make this super simple myself. I'm just going to use a drill just because it will take a long time. Okay, so the cool thing is, I probably shouldn't have taken it out, but we're going to leave these in like a little bit. And I'll show you why. So now we're going to put these like that so it hangs, and then we're going to screw the bottom two. This is really nice. It makes mounting the monitor super easy, which is really, really good. All right, so we're going to screw these now. All right, see how easy was that? Super simple. All right, we're going to go to the next one. I think that design is really ingenious, and I think more monitor arms should really adopt that design. Just makes removing the monitor and, doing that so much easier. So that was super simple to mount. All right. Now, if, for example, this was your desk, what you would do is you probably swing these out backwards and then swing these forward. I'm a bit disappointed that this doesn't go even further back, because if they're allowed further back, we could probably move it further back. When it comes to doing a dual monitor setup, you have to decide what kind of setup you're going for. Are you going for using both of these monitors equally? Or are you going to be using one as your primary and then another one as your secondary? If you're going to be using one as your primary and one as your secondary, then what you want to do is you actually want to move this slightly off center. So for example, if this is your primary, then your monitor setup would look something, so it'll look something like that. So this will be straight on and flat with you sitting there with your monitor to the side. Or alternatively, this could be your main monitor and then this could be your side monitor. Now, the thing which bugs me a lot with this one is that you can't actually twist this more than what you're given here, which is a little bit annoying because it takes up quite a bit of desk space then. Alternatively, what you can do is you can look to pushing this back a little bit, so it gives you a bit of more space behind. But if you've got like a wall right behind, then for example, this would be the space that it would be taking up. And that's actually quite a lot of desk space taken up here. I don't know why they can't just, give us extra room behind here so that we can, fold this more cleaner together. So now we're going to look into cable managing this. So let's bring out power cables and all that. What you want to do is you want to put the cabling through the trunk, and you want to have the 2 cables run out on each side. Now, if you've got more cables than this, for example, if you have the USB cable, you could probably fit it on this side as well. But then if you have like another display cable, then it might get a little bit, you know, tricky with having too much in there. So I just realized it's the other way around. So the screw goes on the top. So that's in there like that. Okay, there is one more form of cable management. This is the cable management here. So I've taken this off. There's a little screw port. It's just, it's this one, it's the second one. And what you want to do is you want to have it come in from one direction. So since this is this monitor, we'll go to here, and then we'll have it come out like so. This is a little janky, to be honest. It's not the cleanest setup. And then we screw this. So it looks like that. So there you go. So we'll do it for the other side as well. It's so hard to get these cable management. They have the options there, but they just make it so hard. All right. Now jumping forward a little bit into the future, you can see for this picture, I didn't end up using the cable raceways just because I had 4 cables that I needed to route, and there was just not enough space, and it was just a bit too janky to work around. So in the end, I did end up just using Velcro cable ties, and that worked just as well. Sure, it's not as nice, but in order for me to get the cables that I needed to, that's what I had to do. Now from this picture, you can see I didn't even use the bottom cable management either. Obviously couldn't fit, so I just attached the Velcro cable tie just close to the base, just so that the cables went flush into the cable management slots on the clamp. So I did end up using those ones. So I'll give you a little tour. So this is what the cable management looks like. Going from that into this part, and then into this little rod here. And then it's coming out into these 4 cable raceways. So here you have the 2 display ports cables, and then your 2 power cables in this cable trunking as well. So this is a view from behind. It's a view from the side, and view from the front. Now again, don't forget, these are your tension adjustments for the up and down. Unfortunately, looks like you don't have a tension adjustment for the tilt. If your monitor is just way too heavy, it's going to keep drooping down. So it looks like there is no tension adjustment for tilt, or even the panning. You get this adjustment, as well as there is an adjustment tension rod under here for this swiveling here. So that's just a quick video of these gas spring arms for roughly $70 something, which I got them for. They're pretty good. Obviously they do have their drawbacks. So for example, this not being able to go further than this is one drawback. The cable management is a little janky, but I mean, once you set that up, you pretty much don't need to touch that ever again. So that's okay, depending on how much you want to use. They're a bit small as well, so if you want to fit like 4 cables, it's going to be a bit tight. Alternatively, what you can do is just get some Velcro cable ties and just use those. Honestly, it's just good enough. The whole fact that everything came assembled is pretty good. The only thing that I had troubles with was just the cable management. If you're not really going to be using that a lot, then definitely get it. But if cable management and how easy it is to keep swapping things out, if that's a big thing, then maybe this might not be the right one for you. But overall, I think it's a great product for the price that you pay, especially if you want to get dual monitors set up in your home office, especially now with the way that things are changing. Maybe working from home is going to be more common for you. I'll leave links in the descriptions below. If you do use those links, it does give me a kickback, so I really do appreciate that. It helps me to keep this channel going. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you liked it. Like it if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or any comments about this particular monitor arm or even these monitors. I'll try get around to answering those for you as soon as I can. Subscribe to see more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.